Arabian Desert is one of the hottest, most inhospitable places on the planet. Summertime temperatures often soar to around 50 degrees Celsius, more than 120 Fahrenheit. There are no rivers and very little life. But every year in southern Oman, an annual weather phenomenon transforms the desert into an ecosystem that looks more like Scotland than Arabia. It's called the Kharif, or monsoon. It happens every year from June to September, when the Asian landmasses of India and Arabia heat up. A low-pressure system pulls cooler winds from the Indian Ocean north, pounding the shores of Oman. Moisture from the sea rolls into the dry land. Much of it evaporates, but not near the Omani port city of Salalah. Here, sheer cliffs of the Dhofar Mountains trap wet air. Below the clouds, mist forms. Mountain springs begin to overflow, and life blooms in the once arid desert. Every year, the Kharif draws hundreds of thousands of tourists to Oman's Dhofar region, largely from neighboring Gulf nations. For most, the unusual weather offers a rare chance to see inland water and dense vegetation.
It's really awesome. I didn't expect that. You feel you're not in Oman, you're somewhere else by seeing all this natural beauty.
For local residents, known as Dhofaris, the Kharif is just as exciting. It's a time of rebirth and a chance to celebrate. Every year, Salalah marks the monsoon with a month-long festival, paying tribute to their rich culture. From traditional dance to food like this local bread. Heritage is important because, just like the seasons, Dhofar is constantly changing. In Salalah, there's more development, a major port and new hotels coming. All of that leaves many Dhofaris wondering how to maintain the delicate balance between moving forward and preserving the past, from culture to the land itself. Hadi Al-Hikmani is leading the charge in the remote mountains west of Salalah. Hadi is a scientist. He and his colleague Khaled work for a government conservation project. Hiking just a few miles east of Oman's border with Yemen to track one of the world's most endangered animals, the Arabian leopard.
Okay. There's not much information known to scientists about the Arabian leopard. The first study, because of the nature of this animal, they're quite elusive, scared animal, shy, they live in quite high, remote areas.
Seen here in this rare footage, the Arabian looks just like other leopards. They're big cats with pale yellow fur and distinctive black spots. Centuries ago, they roamed freely across Arabia, from the UAE to Jordan. But with new roads, new villages, and more people moving in, leopards are losing ground fast. They're also losing their prey, like the ibex. They too are disappearing. Today, researchers believe there are fewer than 200 Arabian leopards left in the wild, mostly in Oman. Hadi sees them as part of his heritage, one he fears could soon be extinct.
In the region, we lost the cheetah, for example, and there are other species that has been extinct from the region. So it will be very sad to lose an animal which is, which use this area and being as part of the, of the region and part of the culture.
To save the leopards, Hadi must first find them. Hadi and Khaled look for tracks, feces and fresh scrapes. Leopards mark territory using their hind legs. Hadi also has cameras. Over the past 7 years, he's placed about 100 of them in these mountains. Using motion-detecting sensors, he can capture footage like this. These images help Hadi to learn more about leopard numbers, activities, and how best to protect them. Leopards are more active during the cool Kharif, but wet air often interferes with Hadi's cameras. Other animals do too, like this hyena, which attacked one of his lenses. It can take Hadi months to capture one good frame.
Look at this. As soon as you get to the camera and you find, a really good shot of the leopard, then it makes your day, and you may feel like, I want more of that. Whoa. Whoa.
Hadi and Khaled grew up in these hills.
Whoa.
They are Jabali, a traditionally nomadic tribe living in the Dhofari highlands.
Whoa.
Most Jabali are camel herders. During the Kharif, livestock are allowed to roam freely. But with dwindling prey, leopards are now turning to camels for food. That in turn leads to the Dhofaris killing the leopards that attack their animals. Part of Hadi's job is to convince Dhofaris not to. This camel herder, Suhail, seems unmoved by Hadi's pitch. Last year, a leopard attacked one of his own camels. It survived, but lost both ears. And Suhail, like many Jabali, is completely dependent on camels for his livelihood. If I take a loss because of a leopard, Suhail says, I would shoot and kill that leopard. Exactly the kind of talk that frustrates Hadi, especially given that Suhail isn't just any Jabali, he's Hadi's uncle.
It feels quite, annoying and depressing as well to see people, they don't understand what you are doing even after all these years.
Still, Hadi pushes on. For them, there's much at stake as the seasons and Dhofar continue to change. Coming up, Hadi gets a big lift on his journey to save the last leopards of Arabia. But first, it's not just animals on the verge of extinction. Up next, a rare look inside one of the most endangered languages in the world.